they had a stretching program. They must have got a trainer in from down from Tokyo, from the marathon, because marathon was very big in Japan. And he would have them doing stretching, and we would do buddy stretching. So we'd swim and then we'd go to the gym afterwards, and they'd do buddy stretching, all this dynamic kind of work. Mm-hmm. And then they would do very light weights, just lots of reps, lots of variation, and it was just muscle toning, conditioning. The injuries basically evaporated, and literally the ice packs were gone, and I've always actually been a big fan of light weights and lots of variation, because one, it's just great for muscle toning, bone density, I believe, range of movement, but you still have to be in the right plane of movement, should we say. So again, you can get strong, but we can also get strong in the wrong position. So, and that's, I used a system called 40, I call it 40-30-30, but 40 carbs, 30 proteins, 30 fats, and what it helped me was stabilise my blood sugars. And so this is getting a little bit deeper into it, but when you were trying to be the best at something, you had little things make a big difference. And for me, even if you can imagine, say I weighed 72 kilos, if I could get down to 70 kilos but not lose any muscle, then I'm stronger and better, but I'm not having to carry 2 extra kilos. Like if you were doing running and you put 2 kilo in your pocket, you could not do your 400 meter repeats as quick, right? It's going to slow you down. And not only that too, your whole hormonally, you're working at a higher level and everything. So those were little things that I discovered that gave me more energy. I came back and I put those things in place. Then I was doing a plyometric kind of weight routine, so I was doing fast movements with weights and so forth. And I started doing the breathing that we'd learnt, that one, it gave me relaxation, and it helps more blood flow and a lot of those things. But a lot of things was trying to, I guess, build a reservoir of energy where, you know, I had reserve. I was confident and consistent, and also calmer about things as well. I don't know it until things actually go wrong. So getting stronger and stronger, and the body's opening up for you, and then one day all of a sudden you think, why am I so tight in my, and you know, good for me, I think my sacroiliac joint used to always get a little bit out, and the adjustment there. So I became quite pedantic about regular visits to a chiropractor, and just making sure, I guess like you could call it the waking up, the nerve endings and everything was just highly, you know, and things can change even within a couple of weeks. I've noticed if you're pushing the limits and your body allows you to push the limits, and because you've got to, you're trying to get better, but you've got to just stay in that right position all the time. Just regular massage as well. A lot of people, you know, even with the athletes that I have, I always say, you try and get a regular massage. It helps blood flow. It, you know, gets fluid out of the body and gets it there. But some people just leave it, and then they get tight calves and they get setbacks, and that's the only thing standing still. People's lives are just evolving and changing, and bodies are, you know, moving and adjusting the whole time. So, and this year, funny enough, I'm doing the World Champs in December, and it's just age group, but it's extremely competitive. They call age group is now age group pros, because people are training just as hard as a professional athlete. And there's a huge amount of information out there through online and Instagram and all of that, but nothing's still changed. You know, I've been thinking about this year for the last 3 years. How do I do it as an older athlete? My goal now is to be, I don't want to go, how you going, Walter? Oh, you know, I've got this tight calf sometimes, and I've got this and I've got that. I don't want to be that person. You know, I want to be mobile, agile. I want to be healthy, and I've thought very hard about how I want this year to go. I want to be always in the right, what would you call it, plane of movement.
Alignment, yeah.
Yeah. So nothing, and don't drop the ball. Like absolutely don't leave it 3 months and then go, God damn, I should have kept that up. I have a set appointment. I do a massage every 2 weeks. Like the way this is directionless, and I go, okay, I don't put a price on it. I'll do it every week until we remedy this thing. I want to get the sleep that I want to get. I had an athlete once, and he said, he had one of his best races, and he said, you know what, I just put it down to 1 extra hour of sleep a night, and that was his thing. So you get all these learnings, and I still go through all of those. I stay flexible, and just take the time. And I could train harder, but then I can't fit all the prehab work and rehab work, because you want to be proactive, not reactive. So everybody that does, somebody will go, I often get this, and they'll go, and I like to spend people's money well if I'm coaching somebody, and they go, I haven't got any of that time for that massage, it's just too costly. But then you look at the person, they've just spent $14,000 on a bike, they're living at home with their parents, their dinner's cooked, and they haven't got time for a massage. You know what I mean? They're not going to spend the time on their body, because I think, I always joke to myself, I think it's a personal thing, but a lot of the people that I know, if they can't see it in the corner and it's all shiny and everything, it doesn't have a value on it. I still ride a bike that's 15 years old. I would love a new bike, but it's not going to happen. But I'll make sure that my body is absolutely right on the day, and I have greater, how would you say, greater goals as well. Just for being healthier and up, and that's all I think about. But I enjoy being, and at the end of the day too, if I can't walk the walk, I can't talk the